Week 1 of CAA football in the rear view. Amanda Poole alongside Rob Washburn here to break down 3 things to watch in Week 2. A couple of conference matchups to key in on this weekend, starting with Maine at William and Mary. Both squads are still searching for a win after falling to tough season opening opponents. The Black Bears will have to find a way to slow down the Tribe's dual threat quarterback Tyler Hughes, who in his debut had 208 passing yards and 57 yards on the ground to go with 2 scores.
You will have to defend the run game and the pass game. Their quarterback's able to make a lot of things go with his legs. And they have receivers with size, that can win one-on-one matchups. So, we'll have to do a great job on that side of the ball. And then offensively, just really be able to get into a rhythm.
William Mary's been one of the top rushing teams, not only in the CAA, but all of FCS under Coach Mike London. And that looks like it'll continue with Hughes and 2 talented transfer running backs in Rashad Raymond and Tariq Sims, who combined to average better than 5 yards per carry at Herman, and they're working behind a veteran offensive line. But maybe the bigger surprise in Week 1 was the rushing numbers put up by the Maine offense as they piled up 184 yards on the ground at FBS foe Liberty. Sincere Baines led the way with 118 yards, including a big 77-yard TD run in the second quarter, and Rashawn Marshall added 76 yards on 11 carries. The Black Bears are much improved up front, and it'll be interesting to see if they can continue that success against the Tribe.
Obviously, you saw the running back, Baines. Obviously, he's got that speed to take it and go. The quarterback, he does a great job as well. He can run the ball. So, very talented, very athletic team coming here back to Virginia. But have a lot of respect for their team and how hard they play. So, we're excited about the challenge, make our corrections, and look forward to a competitive game.
Maine set to kick off at 6 p.m. in Tribe territory at Zabel Stadium on Saturday night. Now, the only other conference matchup in Week 2 goes to Stony Brook and Rhode Island. The Rams moving up to 8th in the AFCA coaches poll after a comeback win over Campbell. Head coach Jim Fleming saying they learned a lot about themselves in that rally. Starting QB Devin Farrell threw for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, and working really well with wide receiver Marquise Buchanan.
Yeah, Rhode Island's offense was clicking in all phases against Campbell. Farrell was outstanding through the air, with Buchanan putting together another All-America effort with 6 catches for 167 yards, including a 46-yarder in the fourth quarter to put the Rams in control. URI also unleashed 225-pound transfer running back Antwain Littleton Jr., who picked up 85 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. The Rams are able to move the ball in a number of ways.
We got a lot of quality players that are back. I think their quarterback's tremendous. I like him a lot. Farrell's a good player, good passer. Obviously, he's a good runner, but really good passer down the field, makes good decisions, can operate in and out of the pocket, can get you on schedule when you're off schedule. Just an older team. They have an identity. They have an identity of winning, and they're coming into town. They do a really good job as far as their coaches preparing their players. They got a good scheme, and they play with great energy. So it's going to be a great challenge. We're excited about it. We look forward to the challenge.
Now, Stony Brook will look to get its offense on track after struggling against FBS member San Diego State last Thursday. We know they have one of the top running backs in the nation in All-American Roland Dempster, who piled up over 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns a year ago and tallied 49 yards on 13 carries at San Diego State. The key will be improved play from veteran quarterbacks Chris Sellis and Casey Case. We've seen both of those guys perform at a high level in this conference in past years, and I would expect they'll be ready to go on Saturday. Amanda, this is a huge early season matchup between the defending CAA champion and a team with its sights set on capturing a conference title. It should be a hard-fought physical battle.
I think they're a well-coached physical football team. I think they've got that building belief. Here's a team that won 8 games. They lost their last 2. They would have been a 10-win team. I think that they're looking to take their next step, and I think that I think it's going to take every bit of us to be able to go down to their place and walk away with a win.
Should be a good one, Rob. Kickoff scheduled for 6 p.m. on Saturday night. Now, rounding out our 3 things, we are keying in on Week 2 improvements across the league. With first game jitters out of the way and new teammates continuing to build chemistry, coaches are hoping to minimize the 87 penalties we saw across 13 games last week.
Yeah, that's a number that I'm sure they all wish would be a little bit lower. But coaches always say the biggest improvements come from Week 1 to 2, and that's never been more important than in this current era of college athletics with so many new players on every team attempting to mesh with their teammates and learn new systems. I would expect much cleaner performances across the conference on Saturday.
I think you're going to find out the most advanced progress from a football team, advancement from a football team's week 1 to week 2. Week 1, you find out what you got, and then as a coaching staff, you do the best to fix your weaknesses and exploit your strengths. And I think everybody in the country is in the same boat.
To tune into these matchups, here's a look at the week 2 schedule. CAA action starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Follow CAA football on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for in-game updates and scores.